Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Today I want to talk about specifically fathers at birth, fathers and partners at birth, all right, and how they bring the greatest investment, generally speaking, the greatest investment possible to a mother and her baby is often her partner, the father of the baby. And then, of course, a shout out to the women who have taught me so much about birth. And one of the first things that they taught me was that they didn't need me to be the center of their birth. In fact, they wanted their partner to be the center of their birth with them. And I was a young midwife, and at the time, I went into midwifery in the early 80s, and I practiced through the 80s and the 90s, and then in the 2000s, I started to teach. And so I apprenticed for 3 years, and then I started to sit at the feet of birthing women. And I worked with women who were having large families, who were very fierce, who knew how to give birth, even if it was their first time. And what they taught me was, I don't know, I received it through grace and gratitude, was to just sit back, to move back. We don't need to be managed. And they were right. When am I going to tell a woman having 7 children how to give birth? I'm not. I'm going to sit at her feet and watch and witness, actually. All right. So, and one of the things, as I said, that I learned was that women wanted their partners. They wanted the father of the baby to be paramount, in the center with them. And I found myself really resonating with that concept, because that's exactly what I wanted during my birth. I remember when I was birthing my first child at home, all I wanted, honestly, was my partner to be close to me. My midwife, who I loved, could have disappeared off the planet for all I really cared at that moment, all right? I just wanted my partner there. Yeah. And the same in my second birth, okay? So I got that. I totally resonated what women thought and asked for. And I began to find myself backing up more and more and more until finally I was on the edge. And I felt like, wow, this is what it's about. A midwife, what does a midwife do? A midwife guards the edge of a woman's birth. What comes in, what goes out, what is not in alignment, all right, doesn't come in or leaves, you see? And I found myself to be more of a witness than anything, because I think when a mother had her partner with her and the two of them were doing this together, all right, she makes this invitation to her partner. He comes forth, all right? The archangel in him comes out, and they seamlessly birth their baby. So I feel that I saw that over and over again with birth. I felt that women were allowing me to glimpse one of the most sacred things that could happen on the planet, which is a woman giving birth and the father of the baby receiving birth. And the more I learned about physiology, and the more I realized that conception and fertilization is a very beautifully orchestrated and noble and powerful event. It is not some sort of a random macho type event at all. It is well orchestrated and beautiful. And then I saw that, all right, played out in the birthing experience itself. And I want to tell you this. I feel like fathers and partners are being robbed, all right, of the true experience of birth. Birth is the creation of family, and you don't create family with your doctor or your midwife or your caregiver. All right, you create family with your partner. And isn't it odd that we have nearly erased the partner from the actual event and experience of birth? And that we've had to desexualize birth, right? And how out of alignment that is, in the sense that birth is the culmination of a sexual experience. And yet, in order for modern medicine to practice the way it does, we have had to desexualize birth and convince the father that it's perfectly normal that their partner would be exposed, touched, viewed by people who don't even know her or you. You see? So there's something amiss here. There's something out of alignment when we erase the partner. And there's something equally out of alignment when we offer the partner a role that is not authentic or organic to them. Like, you're here to support her, all right? No. The partner is the other most important person in the room. They are not wallpaper. They are not extraneous. And I want to deconstruct immediately, right now, the myth of the bumbling father who faints at the sight of blood, all right, and would never rise to be that receiver of life. I've never seen that happen. I think that is what men expect that they should be. I think the overwhelming emotion of watching a child be born and then be received by someone else is something that fathers do not know what to do. All right. So they may, in their deep understanding that they don't know their rightful place here at a birth, they may act in a way that might make you think that they are not present, or that they don't care, or that they're incapable. And they're just as incapable as you. They are just as important as the mother giving birth, and they are just as capable of receiving the light as you are of birthing your baby. And there's this common and really sad idea that women are not capable of giving birth. That women have to be managed, that women have to be shown, that they have to be guided, that they have to have a group of clinical professionals to get their baby out. And I mean, I think we're past that now, all right? We're not thinking that anymore. We don't feel like women are cupcakes who have nothing but a whipped cream and a cherry on their head. We know women are capable people. Well, so are men, all right? So is a man who is poised, right, on the cusp of parenting. One of the biggest things that they will ever do. And someone else is in their place. It doesn't have to be like that. All right? And I also am calling women to attention, because we have allowed that. In fact, we have even amplified that. All right? We've allowed men to be, our men to be put in a role that is not authentic. And you know that when you've been put in a role that's not authentic, everything goes out of alignment. And you don't know how you're going to react to that. Many women react to it by fawning, okay, and becoming submissive and having their power taken from them. Well, is that what we want to do to women? No. And is that what we want to do to the father of the baby, that woman's partner? No. No. So, I have a manifesto for men. And it's for partners, and partners can be women, and partners can be anyone that you choose, but I like the alliteration of the Matrona Manifesto for men. So here goes. Ready? Okay. Fathers, partners, be yourself. Be who you are at the birth. You don't have to, please. No one gets to designate your role. No one gets to tell you how you're supposed to be at birth. Any more than a mother appreciates someone telling her how she needs to be at birth. And this is your role, to be a good little girl. Get your waters ruptured at 5 centimeters and push when we tell you. No. And fathers don't need that either. They don't need to be given a role that is not theirs. Well, you're going to support her. You're going to give her a back rub. You're going to be yourself. That's what she really needs from you. That is the biggest support and affirmation that you can give to your partner and your baby as you create family. Come as you are. Be yourself. And if you're the strong, silent type and you like to fold your arms and stand by the wall, that's who you are. That's who she recognizes you as. It doesn't mean you're not present. It doesn't mean that you're watching TV or looking at your phone. I think men are watching TV and looking at their phone because they're extraneous. Well, what else am I supposed to do here? All right? But given the authentic, organic role, okay, of the other important person in the room as the person who is going to receive this life, all right, watch the difference. Okay? So, fathers, be yourself. You know, if you're the engineer in the room and you're controlling the lighting and the air conditioning and you have enough blankets, that's you. If you're the mix master, okay, and making beverages for folks and whatever, that's who you are. Okay? If you're the massaging type, fine. If you're the type that likes to just stand and support, that's you. Be who you are. Do not let anyone tell you how you need to be. All right? Okay. Number 2. Know that you have instinctual responses to this birth. Know that you know this woman. You know what's happening here. Instinctually, you know what she wants. You know that she's not happy. You know someone's bothering her. Know that you have these instinctual responses, okay? You do. And then number 3, feel free to act on them. Speak up. This is your partner. This is your child. Who has more investment in them than you? Speak up. All right? If there's something going on, if there's something that you're seeing, you have every right to speak up and share how you feel. And you can speak it up to your wife and get corroboration that, yes, I am uncomfortable here. Or, yes, I am feeling like I'm being overwhelmed by something I don't want. All right? Well, then speak up. You know, I'm feeling that she doesn't want that. Let's do something different. I think I heard her say no. Why don't we listen to her? See, it's perfectly reasonable that you would say these things. In fact, if you don't, you'll have to live with that. Okay? Absolutely speak up at a birth. And let me tell you something else. Number 4. Know this. You, as the father or the partner, hold the charge for this birth. Now, what am I saying? Am I saying you're in charge of this birth? Which, of course, I'm not saying that. All right? I'm saying you hold the charge for this birth in the sense that when you speak up, your word is law. Okay? Listen. Legally, lawfully, socially, culturally, familially, You hold the charge for this birth. Why? Because you are the head of the household and you are taking this mother and child home with you. You are creating a lifelong relationship with this mother and child, and no one else in the room is creating a relationship like that. Therefore, know that legally you have the right to speak up. Lawfully, your word is law. Socially, we understand that you, as the father, are responsible for this mother and child. Culturally, the same thing. Culturally, we expect you to speak up if something is out of alignment or amiss in any way. All right? And familially, you accept this woman and child as part of your family. You accept to be part of a family with them. No one else in the room is going to do that. Only you. So know this. Please know this. That you have the charge for the birth. Not you're in charge of the birth, but you hold the charge. You see what I'm saying? This is amazing information. Why don't men know this? Every doctor does. Every midwife understands this. That when the father says something, we listen. And isn't it interesting? Oh, you might say, well, what about the mom? Isn't she in charge of her birth? Well, of course she is. Any doctor will also say she has the right to advocate for herself. Okay? Chances are your doctor won't say, yeah, she's in charge of the birth, or what a doctor would probably say, and this is what I have heard, every woman has the right to advocate for herself. Do you see that happening? How often do you see that happening? And by the way, why should she have to? She is having a baby. All right? Chances are, Dad, she's having your baby, okay? Why should she have to come out of her birthing milieu and advocate for herself in the Queen's English, looking someone else in the eye, in ordinary reality, with a witness? Every woman can advocate for herself. That is not the answer. Yes, every woman can say no. Okay, and yes, every woman can advocate for herself. However, she's having a baby. And that's the role now of the father, to advocate for her. You see? You are her perfect advocate. And I will get to that. But first of all, you have to know that it is your right, and I would say responsibility, okay, to speak up and to know that you hold the charge and all that that brings. What does that mean? What does that bring? It means that you, being present at this birth, if you see anything or feel anything or know anything that's out of alignment, please speak up. If you see that anyone is offering something to your wife that she has refused or doesn't want, advocate for her there. All right? Know that you have the right to say, I heard her say she doesn't want that, so let's not do that. Thanks. It doesn't have to be adversarial. In fact, I wouldn't recommend it to be adversarial. Okay? Okay. So now, here we go. You know that you hold the charge for the birth. Act on it. All right? Act on it. So, number 1, be yourself. Number 2, know that you have instinctual responses. Act on those. Number 4, know that you hold the charge to do that. That you legally, lawfully, socially, culturally, and familially hold the charge for the birth. Number 5, speak up. Act on that. You will be so glad you did. All right? You know why? Because if your partner, your loving wife, is sitting in the bed and 3 people are trying to talk her into something that she doesn't want, and you're not present with her to say, I heard her say she didn't want that. Let's let it go now. Well, think about this. You step up. You say just that one sentence. She looks at you like, with such love and gratitude. She may even be like, oh, that's hot. You're sticking up for me? You get me? Oh, all right? This could save a marriage. I'm telling you. All right? This is something women really count on from their partners in this realm. That you will protect me. You will speak up for me. You will be my advocate. Okay? No, I don't have to advocate for myself. I'm having a baby. If I want to, I can. But how many times have you seen a woman say she doesn't want something and no one is taking her at face value? All right? No one is listening, really. She's being overlooked. She's being ignored. Dad, you're not going to let that happen. I'm giving you an amazing, simple sentence. I think I heard her say no. Let's not do that. Thanks. Okay? That's how easy it is. You don't have to read any books, okay, to know that you have instinctual responses. You don't have to have a class that says, okay, now if you're going to act on your right to hold the charge for the birth, here's what it's just intrinsic to you being yourself. When you are yourself, you see everything. You see what's going on, and know that you're probably right. You probably have the right instinct, and know that you do have the right, okay, to act on it. Wow. All right. Okay. Please also know that you are the perfect intimate advocate for your partner. You're perfect. Not because you never make a mistake, but you're perfect because who else has the investment that you have? No one. Generally, all right? No one has more investment in this than the partner. Okay? So, you're the perfect intimate advocate. Who knows this woman better than you? All right? You know what she wants. You know when she's not comfortable. You know when she's feeling frustrated because no one's listening to her, or because she doesn't know how to say what she wants or doesn't want. You know when someone is pulling rank on her. Why? Because you are her perfect intimate person. Yeah. And you are her advocate. You are her perfect, intimate advocate. As we said before, you have the instinctual responses. You have the charge to be that perfect advocate. Now be it. Know that you're her perfect, intimate advocate and be that person for her. Okay? You'll be so glad you did. I mean, if we were handing out roles for fathers, authentic, organic roles for fathers, well, here it is. You're her perfect, intimate advocate. You're not wallpaper. Okay? Ooh, all right. And when you act on it, we're at number 7. When you act on it, come forth in your highest and best. You will never have this baby again. Not this baby. You will never have this experience again. You will never have this this opportunity again. So make the best of it. Maximize it. Come in your highest and best. And let go of any traces that you might have of not being present. Or this is not your forte. Or you don't know what's going on. Yes, you do. All right. Your child is being born. You're creating family with two other people, no matter how it looks, okay? You're creating family. And this is one of the most beautiful things on the planet. When the Father steps up to receive life. You want to catch your baby? Make it clear. Make it clear. And if someone can't hear you, say it again. And if someone can't hear you, say it again. And say it till someone hears you. All right? I have seen men be the most beautiful thing in the world. What I've seen is when men come in their highest and best. Oh, okay. I've mainly been to births at home. And what I see at home is a woman generally doesn't choose to be in her bed. She generally chooses, without my instigating anything, she generally chooses to be upright. And what I have seen women choose a lot is to kneel on one knee. Very solid position. Not to squat, because that's not germane to a lot of our lifestyles, and we're not always steady in that, but kneeling on one knee. And then, and she's bringing her baby down, and we're getting closer, and she's beginning now to want to push, and it's happening. And what women will often do when they know that the baby is coming, they'll be like, come on. You get this invitation. You see what I'm saying? To come on. And you kneel before her. You kneel in front of her, ready to receive your baby. And as this process is happening, I see men become, I call it the archangels. It's almost as if wings come out, And as the Father, you've got them. This mother, this child, you've got them. You are the archangel. And it's real. It's real. So, come as your highest and best. All right? And number 8, accept the invitation. Accept that invitation to be the archangel. All right? That is one of the most profound things on the planet. And I've talked to men who have assured me that they have done every drug known to man, but that nothing compared with this height of experience, of catching your baby, receiving the life that your partner has just gestated for all these months. And she is now giving. All right? She's giving birth, giving life, giving light, really. If we listen to the Spanish phrase for giving birth, dar a luz, give the light. Who should be receiving that light? Dad, you. Partner, you. Father, you. I am so clear that in our culture, the wrong person is catching the baby. We take the Father out of the equation. And then you know what we do? We hire legions of social workers now to fix the family. It could be so simple. Offering the father of the baby, the dad, the other most important person in the room, the opportunity to be that person and not disturb. Okay? Fathers are the archangel. I rest my case. Thank you for listening.